corner, but it's recording for our other class, or for the internet saving, which is also, you can come back to this class and do it later should you like. I do recommend too having a pillow or blanket or something to sit on nearby. If you don't, grab it so that you can be supported. Yeah, especially as we start growing, it's really important that we get those hips elevated. It just helps for everything to relax a little better as we sit. So go ahead and set your space with your blanket, your pillow, whatever you've got. You can sit cross-legged, or as your belly gets bigger, if butterfly starts to feel better, that's fine. Or even sitting on your knees is fine. Whatever most supportive for your body and your spine today, to be able to sit up tall, have lots of space there for your whole body, for your heart, your lungs, your baby. And then you can close your eyes down. And with the eyes closed, roll them up and in towards the center of your forehead. This stimulates the master gland in your body, which is your pituitary gland. And this gland is also a direct line of communication down to baby. So it's like when your eyes go into that place, it's like your inner voice goes straight down into the womb. Just take a moment breathing there with the eyes focused, connecting to baby, connecting to your breath. Let the hands start to press to prayer in front of the heart, keeping the eyes closed, rolled up and in. We'll chant those sounds, Om Namo, Guru Dev Namo. We'll do it 3 times. We'll take a breath in between the Om Namo and the Guru Dev Namo to give lots of space for our lungs. And really send out your voice, even if this is your first time ever chanting this. Like, make sounds, send out vibration. Know that there's no right or wrong way to do this, and all we're doing is connecting to that wisdom, that information that's around us and within us through our pregnancy, through our journey to motherhood. So take a big deep inhale to chant Om Namo. Another breath. Guru Dev Namo. 2 more times. Om Namo. Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo. Guru Dev Namo. Big deep breath in. Suspend for just a moment, let those sounds circulate. And then exhale the air out, let the hands rest back on the knees. Keep your eyes closed, just sit for a moment. Let you and baby soak up the vibration of that wisdom, of your voice, both of you hearing and absorbing that together. You can either stay with your eyes closed or just open them here gently for a moment. So today in our practice, in our class, we're really going to continually bring ourselves into the sweetness of being pregnant, of being a mother, of being a care provider, of all that beauty and sweetness and love that is really in that practice. Because it's easy to get caught up in the challenges and the discomforts and in the, oh, my back or my hips or my nausea or my whatever it is that's going on, right? But there's also, with that discomfort and with those challenges, there's so much magic and sweetness. There's so much reason for the challenge, right? And then as we progress into motherhood, when baby comes, there's going to be challenges, our own unique challenges, whatever those are that come up for us. But at the same time, there will be moments that are sweeter than any you've had in your entire life, right? There's this polarity that's what this is, right? So let's choose today to really embrace that sweetness, to feel that subtlety of the magic of having a miracle growing inside of you and having this entire human being, just like you and me, who are now full-grown beings growing new beings. You know, it's like how mystical and magical is that circle of life, and is that experience that we're now stepping into as women, as mothers, and embracing that, really embracing that magic and mysticism of what being pregnant is all about. Yeah. So let's start on our hands, or actually on our elbows and knees. So remove your pillow or blanket over to the side. And however, you got to crawl yourself kind of into an all fours, but then lower down onto your elbows so that your heart is a little bit below your pelvis. Yeah, and then ideally close your eyes. Most of our practice we'll do with eyes closed, and just do little circles here with your pelvis. So just little, you're just isolating and moving that pelvis around. Keep breathing long and deep through the nose. Just little circles of those hips. Your head can just kind of be resting in a neutral position, gazing down between your elbows, even though your eyes are closed. Just little circles. Loosening up that pelvis. Go ahead and switch your circle the other way. Keep breathing long and deep. Keep the eyes closed and rolled up and in. Start to come back into a neutral position here with your pelvis. You might walk your elbows a little bit forward, just a little bit. And then as you inhale, bring your body weight up forward over those elbows, and then exhale, take your hips back. You can widen your knees now if you need more space for your belly. Inhale, you come forward, and exhale, you take those hips back. Stretching your ribs when you go back, using and engaging in those arms as you come forward. Just kind of toggle back and forth here. Inhale forward, exhale back. Finding that arm strength and core strength, both super important for our growing, developing bodies. Knowing that those arms are going to soon carry your baby, support and nurture them. And your core is your baby's home right now. That's what gives them all that support and stability. So keep moving. You can take it slow or fast as you need. Take it a few more times back and forth. And make this your last one. You'll settle into either child's pose or puppy pose. So wide knees, hips go back. If you need space for your belly, go ahead and lift up your hips and come into puppy. Otherwise, if your hips can return to your heels, let your head drop down. And just take a couple long, deep breaths. Let your body relax. Take a big, full, deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhale as you start to sit up onto your heels. You can take your legs a little bit more narrow here, so they're more like parallel and forward. Go ahead and bring your arms back, kind of stretching your chest. And then inhale, hug yourself. You can wrap whatever shoulder or whatever elbow on top. And then exhale, release those hands and kind of interwind your hands into an eagle position. And then as you inhale, you'll reach your hips up and arch up and back. And then exhale, everything comes down. Yeah, so release those hands now. Inhale back here. Exhale, you swing. Hug the other elbow on top. Inhale as you release the hands. Exhale, start to sit up. Inhale as you get a little arch up and back, lift those elbows, and then exhale, sit everything down. Keep flowing like that. Inhale, arms stretch back. Exhale, swing opposite arm, give yourself a hug. Inhale, release the hands, interlace. Exhale, sitting up. Inhale, little arch, lift, and exhale, sitting down. Go like this at your own pace. Don't You don't need to worry so much about the coordination of the breath, but just kind of flow through this little hug, this little opening, stretching through your shoulders. You can close your eyes, close them down, roll them up and in.
I spent years shutting off email, controlling my hands. At the time I couldn't even stand, but now I can, and I do it with time. Arms stretched out and I smile by, hoping to receive what I am supposed to. Messages and lessons and transmissions as they come through, dreaming on the day of what will become. There are people on the planet where they just stay numb, but will they away? For goodness sake, be careful what you take, cause there's life at stake.
A few more times each side. Really let this stretch and open your chest, opening up your heart. Really feeling the sweetness of the stretch and the sensations in the body.
These are the times we were meant to grow from. You say that it's beautiful, it takes one to know one. Made out of love, that's what you are. Made out of love, and you come from the stars. Made out of love, and you come from the stars. We heard it all before, yes, what the man said. I held it in my heart, but I held it in my head.
Make this your last full cycle, complete it all the way. And as you finish, you'll settle back into that child's pose. Hips come back, head comes down. Give yourself that moment to rest. Eyes closed, rolled up and in. Just enjoy this moment of stillness with your baby. Just let your breath flow in and out. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Big exhale out. Inhale, begin to sit back up onto those knees here again. Make sure they're narrow one more time so that they're in line with your hips. Coming now with your right hand back behind you on the diagonal. As you inhale, sweep this left arm forward, lift up your pelvis and arch up. And then exhale, you'll sit down, round through the center, switch sides. Inhale, left hand down, you lift your pelvis, little arch. Exhale, sits you down. And just flow like that. Inhale back, lifting, stretching. Exhale, comes forward. If it doesn't feel good to lift your pelvis today too, you can just do this resting with the hips down and just move the chest. But get into your own rhythm. Eyes closed, rolled up and in. Really let this feel good as you stretch and open through your ribs, your pelvis. Finding that expansion in your body, making more space for baby to grow.
Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe.
Few more times to each side.
Govinda Radhe, Shivaya. Oh Namah Shivaya. Oh Namah.
Start to come back through to the center here and then crawl your hands forward towards the left side of your mat up at the top. And then step this right foot all the way up into a lizard lunge. It's outside both of your left hands here. Hips are dropping down. Just take a couple breaths here with your chest lifted, eyes closed. You can move your hips around if that feels good, or just kind of settle them down. Breathe. Start to flow back and forth. So as you inhale, hips reach back, stretch out this right leg as much as feels good, flexing your left toes. And then exhale, you'll transition back to that lizard lunge with the hips down and the chest up. Yeah, so inhale, you just crawl back, little stretch on the right leg. Only take it as much as you feels good in your body. And then exhale, hips forward. Close your eyes, roll them up and in. Maintain that inner communication through to baby. Let them know you're moving, you're stretching, you're growing with them. Yeah, they're moving and stretching and growing, and you're doing the same thing. Just move with that breath, back and forth. Taking your hips as far each direction as feels good and supportive today. Every day of pregnancy is different. Literally, even like times of the day are different. Yeah, so listen to your body today. If it feels good to really take it there, go there. If it feels good to hold back and be a little more sensitive, trust that. A few more times back and forth. Start to come all the way back into that lizard position for a moment. Also, if your knee is sensitive back there, you can always use a pillow, yeah, and place that under your knee if you have any discomfort. Go ahead and inhale, reach your left arm up so that you twist, and then exhale that hand down. Inhale, you lift it, keep your hips dropping down, and then exhale down. Do this like 3 or 4 more times, just opening through that left shoulder, that left hip. Still stretching on that right one too. Last time with this left arm. Good, and then start to come back through to the center. Bring your hips back and release that right leg all the way back into your child's pose or baby pose. Hips down if you're in child's, or back and up if you're not. Head goes all the way down. Take a couple breaths in the stillness. Yeah, you can widen your knees to make space for belly. Really embracing those in-between moments. Motherhood can move pretty fast. So it's important we really take that time to slow down, to be still, to be present. Even if it's just 30 seconds. How big of an impact that has on our day, on our life, on our baby's life. Big deep breath. Breath out. Inhale as you start to rise back up onto those hands and knees. And take your hands now over to the right corner of your mat, and your left leg will step all the way up into that lunge. Yeah, start here just a couple breaths. Hips drop, head lifts, eyes closed. You can move and adjust your hips however you need to. If you need a little wiggle or a shake. 2 more breaths. Just settle into your body. And as you start to feel ready to move here, as you inhale, your hips go back. You straighten the left leg as much as feels good with a flexed toe. And then exhale, you crawl it back forward into that lunge, hips dropping, chest lifts. Eyes are closed the whole time. You really stay in your body. Inhale, taking it back. Exhale, coming forward. Moving with your breath, your body. This moment today, how does it feel? Continue back and forth for a few more times here. Ensure you're breathing really deep so all that oxygen is not only coming through your body, but coming into baby's body. Stretching and expanding them with you here. Start to settle back with our hips forward into our lizard lunge. And we'll open up that right arm. So as you inhale, just open up, stretch it up. Exhale, place it back down. 4 more times. Inhale, stretch, open. Exhale, down. Continue at your pace, your breath. Few more up and down. Make this your last one. And start to bring your hips all the way back. Release that left leg. Again, find your child's pose, wide knees, or puppy pose if that's more accessible in your growing body. Let your chest and head rest down. Let everything settle here for a moment. Take a full deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, start to rise up back onto those hands and knees. This time we'll tuck our toes. We'll find downward dog just to transition to standing. So reach your hips back. You can drop your head down. It might feel good to kind of bend out the knees, work out the backs of the legs a little bit. And then begin to walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Make sure your feet are wide so you have space for belly coming in. Knees stay bent as you walk back. Head is dropping down. And then the hands keep walking up the legs as the knees are bent. Just using those hands to walk up as you roll all the way up into a standing position. And when you're standing here with the eyes closed, you can take your hands in any intuitive place. So maybe it's one hand on heart, one hand on baby. Maybe it's both hands on the heart, both hands on baby. Just feel where it feels most appropriate to bring those hands, send that energy, that sweetness, that love, where you can fully embrace it for a few breaths, eyes closed, disconnecting. One more big deep breath in. Big breath out. Start to release your hands and separate your legs now, like so they're as wide as your shoulders. And we'll roll our shoulders back one at a time. So roll the right one and then the left. And the right and the left. Your knees are just kind of soft and supportive. Your eyes can be closed, roll them up and in, and just work those shoulders right and left, right and left. Let it feel kind of just like waves through your body, relaxing that upper body. It doesn't have to be a big movement if that doesn't feel good. Just let relaxation come into the chest, into the shoulders. And switch now so that you're bringing them forward. So just switch the direction, still one at a time, just shoulders starting to roll forward instead of back. Your knees are just soft, your body might kind of sway. Just breathe long and deep. Start to come back through to the center here with those shoulders. You can take your hands on your hips and just move your hips side to side, right and left, side to side. Eyes are still closed, just kind of shake them. Easy, gentle, finding mobility. Shake those hips gently side to side. And you can bring your feet a little more underneath you here, if that's going to be better. And then you're going to lift one heel at a time. Heel up and heel up. And your hips might kind of keep working with you here. This is really good for our circulation and digestion. Yeah, so one heel up at a time, working those ankles. If you start to be a little disoriented or dizzy, you can have your eyes open and focused on a specific point. But if you feel comfortable with them closed down, keep them closed, rolled up and in, connected to baby. Keep doing those ankles a little bit. Your body now should be kind of loose and warmed up. We're gonna take a few moments just to dance. Yeah, so I'm gonna play the music, hopefully it works. But I want you just to move your body and dance with your baby, as like whatever you wanna do. If you want hands on baby, you wanna keep that little side to side thing, you feel like you wanna swirl around, just take this moment for enjoying the sweetness of the two of you together. A couple minutes. Eyes closed, it's just you. You and baby together. Move your body however you want. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. I am. A few more moments. Really enjoy this little dance, you and baby. Let yourself be a little silly, loosen up. And slowly your dance kind of comes to a stop. You might still be swaying. You might even feel your heartbeat a little elevated after that movement. Just breathe. Enjoying all that amazing energy that moves through when we relax our bodies like that. We relax our minds. We don't have rules or structure, and we just flow. We just move. We just express. How vital that is for our process in pregnancy and motherhood. To be able to flow. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale. All right, mamas, we'll prepare for what we call our Khalsa waist squats. So come down towards your mat. Make sure that you're using like your hands and support to bring your body down. You will roll your mat up at least halfway, very tight, okay? So like a tight roll of this mat, at least halfway. If you have a really thin mat, you might need to go all the way. And make sure it's sturdy because you will stand on it. Yeah? So we're rolled up. Your heels go onto your mat and your balls of your feet are on the floor and your feet are as wide as your shoulders, okay? So, and toes are parallel. Now these squats are super important. The reason our heels are elevated is to keep our pelvis neutral so it doesn't tuck under or stick out. That's where we have the most space in our pelvis, yeah, which we want for birth. So how it'll go, we'll do 15 at our own pace. I'll show you first. You'll inhale, reach those arms up. They'll press into prayer at the top. And then as you exhale, that prayer comes through all the energy centers of your body, all the way down till your pelvis hits the lowest point. When you're at that lowest point, your hands come to the floor. About 50% of your body weight comes into the hands as you drop your head and start to roll up. Your legs stay bent, yeah? They do not straighten. And you start to roll all the way up, and right at the top, your legs can straighten, yeah? So 15 squats, moving at your own pace like that. You're also welcome to do a half squat, especially if you're over 34 weeks and you know baby's feet down. You can place your hands on your knees instead and roll up from there. Yeah, but go ahead and begin already if you haven't started. Just move with that breath. and counting 15 at your pace. This is like a moving meditation for you and baby. This is one of the most incredible exercises that you can do for your body every day in pregnancy. Strengthening, stretching, opening, relaxing, flowing, all at once. Let your whole body move and stretch and expand through each of these squats. If your eyes can be closed, keep them closed. If that's disorienting, you can always have them open and soft. And trust your timing, trust your pace. Flow with your breath in your body today. If it feels good to really just power through, go for it. If it feels better to take it slow, even to rest in between a couple squats, trust that. Yeah, you know what's best for you more than anybody else. Guru Dev Namo, right? Especially as a woman, as a mother, you know what's best for your child. Really trust those messages, that intuition that comes through your body, that comes through your experience. And let that guide how you move, how you take actions, how you move forward. You're doing amazing, mamas. Keep moving. Your pace, your body, your breath. Continuing until you get all 15 of those squats. Take your time. If you are finished, just stand tall with the arms in any intuitive position. Be that by the sides or resting on baby or resting on your heart. Take your time. If you're still moving through those last squats, really be honest with your count. Completing your full 15. As you finish here, just stand tall whenever you're finished. Keep going until you're done. Just take this moment to embrace, to connect, to feel that strength within you as a woman, as a mother. Big, deep inhale. Exhale. If you're sitting or if you're still standing on your rolled mat, go ahead and step off of it, and then you'll kick it out so that it comes all the way flat again. Find your pillow or blanket or whatever you were sitting on. Return it onto your mat as we sit back down into a cross-legged position. This next exercise is called keep-ups. We do this every class as well, and it's an exercise that prepares you for labor mentally, yeah? Most of our challenges that we will face are mental. Yeah, even if we believe that they're physical, like, oh, we have a sensation physically that we find difficult, it's not difficult physically. I mean, it is in some ways, but it's mental. It's your perspective. It's how you approach that sensation that will really make or break it, right? So this exercise is called keep-ups because it teaches us to keep up through the sensation. It teaches us to feel discomfort and continue, right? And know that this too will pass, right? And be able to embrace the sweetness of why are those sensations coming through our body in labor? To bring our baby, right? That is the entire purpose. It's natural, it's normal, it is the process, it's how it goes, right? So training ourselves to withstand and understand the sweetness even in the difficult moments, yeah? So 3 minutes, okay? Because a contraction only will last 3 minutes max, okay? So arms come out to the sides, elbows up. elbows straight. We've already got our timer on. And you're going to flip your hands back and forth. So palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up. Yep. And you'll just keep flipping. Your elbows stay straight and those arms stay up for 3 minutes. Breathe long and deep. You can close your eyes, roll them up and into your third eye point. And do whatever you got to do to keep those arms up to the sides. Breathing deeper, bringing those eyes rolled up and in to that third eye, communicating the strength down to baby. Letting them know that you too, you welcome these sensations because you know it's for them. You know it's all to bring them here to earth, to bring them into your arms, onto your chest, to have those eyes staring up at you and you staring down at them, making that first connection, that sweetness, that magic, that pure bliss, right? All these sensations are bringing you to that. So just keep those arms moving. Keep those elbows as straight as they can go. And as you start to feel the sensations, deepen the breath. You're doing amazing, mamas. Keep it up. We say often in Kundalini Yoga, keep up and you will be kept up. Yeah, so put in your effort and that effort sustains you. If you put in the work now, if you build that mental capacity now, you won't have to worry about it in your labor, in your birth. Yeah, it's already going to be there for you. It's going to be there for you to support you, to sustain you, to get you through whatever it is that's coming up. Yeah, and in motherhood too, this is beyond birth. Challenges will always come. It's our mental training, our capacity to be able to move through those challenges and to see the sweetness, to see the magic even in the most difficult moments. You've got 1 minute, mamas. Keep those arms up. You're doing so good. Breathe. Welcome the sensations. Let them come. Yeah, recognize the beauty that it is to feel sensation. Right? How amazing. Our bodies are so crazy, so cool. And we can feel that sensation and keep going. Your arms won't fall off. I've never seen it happen. Yeah, so keep moving those arms. You've got 30 seconds. Elbows straight. You're doing so awesome. Super women. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Eyes roll up and in. Communicate the strength down to baby. Let them know that this is for them. This strength, this mental capacity, this is for them. To bring them here, to support them, to nourish them, to be with them through their challenges too. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Breathe, 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 breathe. Last little bit. Inhale, those arms reach all the way up. Exhale, let them come through to prayer. Close your eyes. Enjoy this sweetness, this victory. Feel as though your baby is right there in your hands in your prayer. All your wishes, all your dreams, all your blessings, right there in your arms, right there in your heart. Just breathe. Take a full deep inhale in. Exhale, let those hands relax onto the knees, palms facing up, keeping the eyes closed. Start to get ready to move into meditation. If you do need to stretch your legs for a moment, you can extend them and stretch them. And remember that in meditation, you can always do that. Yeah, you don't ever need to stay stagnant or still. What's important is your spine, maintaining lift. So for this meditation, is a meditation to bring us closer into our divinity and help us to see our own beauty even more. So we will listen to a mantra, and as you hear the sounds of this mantra, you will just listen to it and vibrate the sounds of it. The words are in English. I am the grace of God. Yeah, and God can mean a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a religious context. In fact, in yoga, we say God is the generating, organizing, and destroying factors of the universe. It's just what is. It's the energy of all. It's the divinity. Yeah. So I am the grace of God. That is in you. That divinity is in you. That divinity is in your baby. That divinity is in this full expression of life that's coming through. So your hands will be resting on your knees, palms face up, with the hands like kind of spread where the fingers are. They're not like extended and stretched, but they're relaxed and spread. Now, as you hear these sounds, you'll pulse. Let me make sure you can see. You'll just pulse your hands, like one finger comes in, other finger comes in, like just a little activation of each finger one at a time. Yeah, and actually we're starting from our pinky, so I just demonstrate it from the thumb, but you'll go pinkies, ring, middle, pointer, and thumb. And you'll just keep flowing like that, just this little activation of the fingers as they're rested on the knees and as you hear the sounds, right? Your fingers and hands all represent and correlate to different energetics, to different elements, to different planets, to different qualities, yeah? So we're embracing all of the qualities of ourselves in that divinity and recognizing that the perfection of divinity is imperfection, right? Is all the elements of who we are. That is our divinity with every single aspect of that, not just the good or the bad or whatever, the entirety, yeah? So continue your hands like this as you hear the sounds. I'm going to cue you at about halfway to bring up your left hand, and you'll continue that with just your left hand up, okay? So, and that it'll be like slow, little pulse, yeah? Your eyes will be closed, and ideally that it's rolled down to your chin this time, yeah? So basically you're just looking down with the eyes closed, almost like you can imagine looking down into baby's womb, right? So sit up nice and tall. Place your hands relaxed on those knees. And as you hear the sounds, just let yourself listen and embrace them as the hands start to move, pulsing one finger at a time.
I am the grace of God.
Just pulse at your own pace.
I am the grace of God. 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 How can I honor you? How can I serve you? Find myself longing to, falling deeper into you, falling deeper into you, singing, I am the grace of God. 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 It's time to leave the past behind. Just let go, let's unwind. Ease your body, rest your mind. Go within, see what we find. And I find myself longing to, falling deeper into you. Falling deeper into you, falling deeper into you, singing, I am the grace of God. I am the grace of God. I am the grace of God. I am the grace of God.
Bringing your left hand up, just continuing with your left hand right at your shoulder level. Right hand stays down, and just that left hand is moving the fingers.
I am the grace of God. I am the grace of God. Now I'm looking in your eyes. You're so strong and you're so wise. Find myself longing to falling deeper into you. Falling deeper into you. Falling deeper into you. Sing it. I am the grace of God. 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 I am the grace of God.
Keep that hand right at the shoulder level. Relax the fingers. Take a big, deep inhale. Pause for a moment. Let all that divinity and grace circulate through you, circulate through baby. And then exhale, gently relax that left hand back down onto the knees. Just sit for a moment in this still space between the two of you. Letting each of you embrace this moment as it is, as you're feeling. You're welcome to stay sitting in a meditative posture for as long as you'd like. But when you're ready for Shavasana, for your rest, you can lay yourself down. If it's still early in pregnancy, mamas, you can stay on your back if that's comfortable. If it feels better to lay on your left or right side, maybe placing a pillow between the knees as you lay down. Get your body in a comfortable place where you can really rest and absorb. And for these first couple breaths as you're laying down, I want you to bring intention and awareness into the base of your pelvis. So our pelvic floor, which is like baby's cradle or nursery right now. And as you inhale in, you can imagine or visualize or even feel those muscles relaxing down and deeper into the base of your pelvis. And as you exhale, they naturally kind of cradle back up and cradle baby. So inhaling, base of the pelvis relaxes, softens, expands. And exhale, those muscles gently, naturally contract up. Take about 4 more breaths, feeling it almost like an elevator in your pelvis, moving down on the inhale, rising up gently on the exhale. A few more breaths, just letting that visualization really work through the pelvis, through those muscles, softening and contracting. Eventually you can let go of that breath and just deeply rest, letting your whole body relax and embrace this sweet moment of stillness, of peace between you and baby. Pela pecare, Kukini hahi trekane hutara Shantane bebere darshana sante piare gio ugoli gio Golikum hi gure darshana sante Piare Gio Ikmuka Sahava Gio Sahejetone Pani Cherahoa Deke Saringupani Danasodesa Jahoatona Vasia Beresajere Bite Urare Jiho Okoli Ho Golikum hi gore sajene pite udare chio udare chio Udare Chio Hot Such Jugat Such Happy Such Naneka Hosi Pe Such Hot Such You got such happy such Naneka hosi besach. Slowly start to return into the physical sensations in your body. Maybe wiggle your toes or circle your ankles a little. And move very gently and sweetly to bring yourself back into a seated position. If you're on your side, you can press into your arms. If you're on your back, ensure you roll to your side first to come up. Sitting yourself back gently, slowly into a comfortable space, readjusting your body as needed. Keep the eyes closed down to really stay present with you, with baby, with this moment that you're sharing together. Let the hands start to gently press into prayer in front of the heart. We close every class with a song in English, The Longtime Sun. The words are, may the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. So we'll sing this twice. The first time, really send that love and light to you, Mama, your light, your shining, your expression. And the second time, send it to baby. Let them shine out, express themselves in any way they wish to on this planet. We close with a long Sat Nam, Sat meaning true, Nam meaning name, identity, referencing to the true essence of who we are. Under all the labels, identifications, all these things we believe to be true, Sat Nam, the essence, yeah, our soul, our energy. So let's sing here. If these words are new to you, just kind of hum along and vibe. Big deep breath in to sing. May the long time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sing this round for baby. May the long time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Long sat nam, inhale. Sat nam. You always trust in that essence of who you are, that divinity and sweetness that lies within you. Sat Nam, mamas.